Hello everyone, my name is Cherong Jie and today I'm going to do an explanation on how am I going to do lab 4 network communication. And in this lab we are going to use the Cisco Packet Tracer again in order to simulate and explore um, the ARP and switching operations. So this is the objective. I just say to explore ARP and switching operations, and this is the introduction of the lab 4. So the topology is given to us already, and this topology here matches with this Cisco packet tracer file that is provided to me. And all the IP addresses have been assigned to all devices. Please follow each step in sequence. So now I'm going to do part 1 now. So part 1 is review the topology. So in part 1, continue on to step 1. Then step 1 is to perform the following tasks. So I'm going to perform A first, step 1A. So at router RTA, enter the CLI, the command line interface, and then at the command prompt type the following commands. Snap the results after the last command and paste it here. So I have to go to this router here, router RTA, go to CLI and type in the enter key button first. So enter here. So okay, since this is already open, so I'm gonna type in the command, this command here, show ARP. So as you can see, this is the result that I got when I type in the thing. And I type in the following command here. So I'm gonna now snippet it. I'm gonna snip everything, I guess. And just copy it, just copy it and paste it here. So this will be the like answer for step 1A. So moving on, at step 1B, at router RTB, enter the CLI. At the command prompt, type the command as in figure 2. So there's no really real indication of figure 2, so I have to assume this is the one, same as the command for RTA. So I'm gonna close this again, and then moving on to RTB here, and then going to the CLI again, typing enter to enable the prompt, typing the key, enable show ARP, and this again, this is the things that show up when I type in the thing. So I'm just gonna snap it again, copy it, close it again, and then snap the results after the last command and paste it here. So this is what I just did. So sorry. And I'm gonna paste the answer. So that will be the answer for B, for step 1B. This answer here. So step 1C. Sorry. Now at step 1C, at switches SWA SWAB, I assume this is SWB, and SWC, enter the CLI. At the command prompt, type the following command, snap the results after the last command and paste it here. So now we have to enter 3 switches in order to type in the command here for every switch. So I'm just gonna prepare the answers here first. So well, this will be blue color. Yes. Bold it. Blue. It is blue. We do. B and C. Okay. Okay then. Go to SWA. Go to the command line interface again. Type in enable. Type in show ARP. As you can see, there's nothing here, and that's okay. And then show MAC address table. Copy this because it's, oh, never mind. So say address table. Let's copy again. And this one. Okay, now it will show. Now this is what will show when I type in the command show MAC address table. So now since I already got my answer, well actually wait, let me just highlight it better. So this is the answer for SAW for SWA part. So let me just snippet it. Copy, paste it. So for SWA part, now we're moving on to SWB. Go to CLI, enter again, enable, show ARP, it's the same as this one. Enter, there's nothing such as SWA. Then now paste the command line here. Oh, there's nothing pasting here. Well, never mind. So show MAC address table, enter, and this is the answer for SWP part. So I'm gonna snip it again. Copy, use it, paste it in. Make it smaller so it will fit. Never mind, I guess. Small tiny bit. That will do. So now moving on to SWC. Go to the command line interface again. Type in enter. Type in enable. Show ARP. Nothing as usual. Type in the show MAC address table command again. And this is the answer for SWC again. So let me just snippet it. Paste it as the answer. So moving on, since I already done with step 1C. So step 1D, at PCA, click on the PC icon, then choose desktop, and then go to command prompt. At the command prompt, type ARP -A, and then click enter. Snap the results after the last command and paste it here. Do this to all the PCs in the topology. So now I'm gonna do this
for every PC in the topology now. So still that's the same, gonna prepare the space, the answer space for every PC. Given the appropriate format to differentiate them from the questions. Then now I'm gonna do this to every PC. So it's PCA. I'm just gonna assume this PCE, PCD, C, B, and then this A. So go to desktop, go to command prompt, type in IRP -A, and then as you can see, this is the answer for PCA. So I'm gonna snip it again. Copy it, close it, paste it in. So that will be answer for PCA, and I'm gonna do the rest for PCB and onwards. The command pro ARP -A, and this will be the answer for PCB also. Doing this for PCC, okay? Again, type in the same command, the same answer. Copy it. Okay, moving on to PCD. Go to the desktop, command prompt, ARP negative, sorry, ARP -A. Snip it, the answer. Copy the answer, copy it, paste it in. And last but not least, for PCE, go to the desktop again, go to command prompt, ARP -A, the command, and then the answer is the same for every PC. Copy it, paste it in. And that will be the answer for step 1D. So now for step 1E, what are your thoughts on the results? So since we did all that just to analyze the entire topology, so as you can see, if we see that in the routers there's the ARPs of these ARPs, the switches there's no ARP but there's the MAC address tables, and you can see that every PC when type in the ARP, no ARPs entry found. So what are my thoughts of the result? So we can see that the ARPs are already in the router, and the switch doesn't have the ARP but they have the MAC, and the PCs doesn't have the ARP. So the reason that the ARPs, actually I'm going to explain the MAC first, the MAC address first. So the MAC address in each switch, in each MCA address table, the MAC addresses in each MCA table identifies each Ethernet. Actually, to be more precise, each device connect through Ethernet connection. So each device through Ethernet connection, and I guess that's it. The MAC address in each MAC addresses in each MCA address table identifies each device through Ethernet connections. So that's why you can see that the MAC table, every MAC table has something in it. As for the ARP, the ARP that when you type in the ARP -A and you see this like no ARP entries found, is because they are
because let me just think about it. Because since there are no traffic, sorry, network traffic yet, so there are no ARP entries sent. So that's my answer. That's my thoughts on the results regarding this one and this one. As for the routers, I think the routers already know the ARP. Actually, the routers are responsible to assign the IP addresses. So I think that's all for step one. For step one left 4, I'm going to move on to part 2 afterwards. So now I'm going to continue on doing left 4 part 2. So in this part 2, we are going to generate network traffic. So in this part, we are moving on to step 1. First step 1 is generate traffic between PCA and PCB. So in the command prompt, perform the following tasks, and the tasks to reduce the amount of network traffic viewed in the simulation. So in step 1A, click on PCA and click from the desktop, and then afterwards proceed to the command prompt. So it's PCA again. This is PCA. Go to desktop and then go to the command prompt, and then go to step 1B, enter this command here, ping 192.168.33.22 command. This may take a few seconds. So let me just copy this command here, paste it in. So I'm gonna type in enter. So it's pinging. So it successfully have pinged it. So in the command prompt of PCA, type ARP -A, and then paste the result of this command here. So let me just copy this command here, copy it, and then paste it here. Oops, sorry. So, when it pastes it in, it doesn't copy the negative. Oh, never mind. Let me just type it again here. So as you can see here, there's an ARP entry now. So let me just snip it to serve as an answer for step 1C. Copy it, and paste it here. Oh, make it slightly smaller, I guess. It's too small. Never mind. Gonna leave it at this. So moving on to D. In the command prompt of PCB, type ARP -A, and then paste the results of this command here. So same as C, do the same thing to PCB also. So go to the command prompt, type in ARP -A. As you can see here, there's an ARP entry now. So let me just copy it. Snip it, paste it in the answer. This is for PCB. So this is the answer for part 2, step 1D. So in the command prompt of moving on to E, in the command prompt of PCC, PCD, this N, and PCE, type ARP -A. Paste the results of this command here. So now I type in the command ARP -A to PCC, PCD, and PCE. So this might take a while. So going to PCC first, go to the command prompt, type in ARP -A,
As you can see, the result is no ARP entries found. So snip the answer, copy it, and paste it again here. Actually, let me just make the identifiers for every answer first. So let me just delete this. PCC, PCD, and PCE. It's the answer for PCC. Afterwards, PCD. So moving on to PCD. Same thing, go to desktop, go to command prompt, type in the same command, ARP -A. As you can see, the answer is no ARP entries found. Copy this. Afterwards, moving to PCE, go to desktop, command prompt, ARP, type in the command ARP -A. So as the same result as the previous two. No ARP entries, no ARP entries found. Close it. So that will be the answer for part 2, step 1E. So moving on to step 2, let me just make this more cleaner. So moving on to step 2, generate traffic between PCC to all other PCs except PCA. So step 2A, click on PCC and click the desktop tab and proceed to command prompt. So now I'm going to find PC. This is the one PC. Go to desktop, go to command prompt. Since I'm already in desktop, let's click on command prompt. Now moving on to step 2B, enter the command ping 192.168.33.22 command. This is to ping to PCB and then type in the ARP -A command again and then paste the results after these commands here. So let me just copy this command here. And then type in enter. So it's ping to PCB. Tell me to wait a bit. Oh, we got a request timeout. And type in the ARP -A. See the thing. So this is the result we got when we type in this command here. So I'm gonna just snip it. So you can see paste the results after this command here. So I'm just gonna snip this part here only. Snip this part here because as the answer that suggests, as you can see here, the packet loss is 25% loss. Oh, sorry. So this is the answer for step 2B. So moving on, sorry, I accidentally closed it. So moving on to C, step 2C, enter the command ping 192.168.11.112 command, and then this is the ping to PCD, and then also type in the same command ARP -A, and then paste the results after these commands here. So now I'm going to copy this command here again, so that PCC will ping to PCD, paste it, and enter. So as you can see here, everything proceeds as normal. There's 0% loss. Type in the command ARP -A. You can see that there's another ARP entry here already. So this will be the answer for step 2C. So let's skip it from here. So this will be the answer for step 2C.
Actually, I didn't snap it well for step 2b, so I'm going to correct that. Let me just again. Just do that again. Copy this, paste it in there. Oops. Do this. Okay. Okay, I already fixed it. So this will be the answer for question C also. Step 2C. So proceeding to step 2D, enter the command ping 192.168.4.110 command, and this is to ping to PCE, and then type in the same command ARP -A. Paste the results after these commands here. So returning to this window here, type in, let me copy it so that I don't miss anything. Oops, sorry. Copy this, type in the paste it in, and then enter. Gonna wait for the results to come out. So there's one request timeout, and then type in other command ARP -A. As you can see, it is actually not another. There is not another ARP entry in the table here. So I'm gonna snippet the answer. I'm gonna snip the answer, and copy it, and then this will be the answer for step 2D. This will be the answer for step 2D. So moving on to E, discuss the results that you got from all the commands on PCC. So all these that we did, and now let's just do some analysis on them. So we can see that the ping here, as we can see here, there's a request timeout here, and then there's a packet loss here, and there's another ping here. Actually, never mind. Let me just organize my thoughts a bit. Discuss the results you got from all the commands on PCC. So from the first one, you can see that there are 4 pings, and then the packets, there are 4 packets sent, and there's one of them is lost. And then moving on to C, there are 4 packets sent, and all 4 of them are received by the receiver. And as for the last one, you can see that send out 4 packets for 4 packets, and then only 3 are received, and one of them is lost in the process. So we can see that there's actually, when we type in the ARP, the first one registers, the second one registers, but the thing is, the third one doesn't have anything registered. So first, let's just address the top part first. So the thing is, PCC to PCB and PCE, there are packet losses during the transmission, during data transmission. Actually, that's not it. So discuss the result you got from all the commands on PCC. So the first one is PCC to PCB and PCE. They are packet losses. They are packet losses. They are packet losses. They are packet losses. Actually, that's it. So as the second part is PCC to PCC. Sorry, PCC to PCD. There are no packet losses. There are no packet losses, and afterwards we're gonna move on to the ARP part. So since we can see that when we map, when we typed in the ping here, there's a ARP entry here. There's another ARP entry here when we type in the second one. There's not another one here. So, but the answer is the results, despite the last one, the result still proves that the ARP can map dynamic IP addresses to a MAC address table. So I guess that's the answer for that's all for step 2E. So PCC to PCB and PCE. Let me be more specific. During the pinging process of, just specify it a bit. Sorry. During the pinging process of PCC to PCB and PCE, the packet losses. During the pinging process of PCC to PCD, yes, there are no packet losses. There are no packet losses. The results, and this is the last one. The result still proves that the ARP can MAC dynamic addresses to a MAC address and still collect can say record ARP entries. So moving on to F, to step 2F. So in this one, so step 2F, at router RTA, enter the CLI. At the command prompt, type the following commands. Snap the results after the last command and paste it here. So now I have to close this window here. Go to router RTA. Go to the CLI. Here already. Did I type it already? Oh yes, we did. I type it before then. So return to this one. Type in to get started, type in return to get started, type in enable, type in show ARP. You can see that the amount of ARP entries increase. So let me just snap it, the answer here. Snap it, copy it, and paste the answer here. So this will be the answer for step 2F. And afterwards, go to route. Moving on to step 2G, at router RTA, enter the CLI. So at the command prompt, type the following command, snap the results after the last command and paste it here. So at RBT, so here in the command prompt, you can see this is the RBT, but the question says RTA. So I'm just gonna assume the question is asking us to do RTB. So just correct that. So moving on to router RTB, and press enter again. Press enable, show ARP. So this will be the answer for step 2G. So I think that's all for part 2 step 1, and step 2, and I'm going to move on to step 3 afterwards. So step 3, we are going to look at the switch MCA address table. So in step 3A, at the switch SWA, enter the CLI, and then at the command prompt, type the following commands. Snap the results after the last command and paste it here. So let me just go to SWA first. Go to enter this first to enable this. So enable, show ARP, there's no ARP here, it's nothing show up again. And then show the, and type in this command here. So let me just copy it. Paste here. So copy the answer afterwards. I mean snippet the answer. Yeah. Paste it here. So that will be the answer for step 3A. At step 3B, enter the CLI at the command prompt, type the following command, snap the results after the last command and paste it here. Same as A. So go to switch B, sorry, SWB, go to CLI last time, the enable, and the show ARP. This is the same result, there's no ARP here. And same, click paste. Actually, no, I haven't copied it yet. To copy, paste, enter, and then afterwards snippet the answer and paste it in the document. So this will be the answer for step 3B. So step 3C, at switches SWC and switch 1, enter the CLI. At the command prompt, type the following commands and snap the results after the last command and paste it here. So in this case, let me just create the answers again. The answer space again. Close this window here. Go to SWC. Go to SWC first. Take enter. Enable show ARP. Show ARP. Copy this line of command here. Sorry. Go and paste. Enter. So this will be the answer for SWC. As for the next one, SW1, sorry, it's switch 1. Just copy that, actually, just rename that. Switch 1. Click this one, go to CLI, enter. So switch, enable, show ARP. It's nothing as usual. Show MAC address table. So this will be the answer for switch 1. guess that's all. So afterwards, moving on to D, step 3D, do switches use the ARP table? So the answer is no. It's no. Answer is no. This is fine. So moving on to step 3D, moving on to step 3E, explain your answer in D. So this is a hint given, the answer may surprise you. Google for the explanation is not part of the NetCom syllabus, but it's just for knowledge. So I didn't Google it before, so I already wrote it on this piece of paper. So Google's explanation is that a switch is a transparent layer. And you know what, let me just type it out. Let me just type it out explaining. Sorry. Let me just type it out first. So a switch this is why this is why I found on Google. So a switch is a transparent layer, layer 2 device, and then it does not uh, care about um, care about layer 3 addressing or IP addressing. What? Just do this. Layer 3 IP addressing. So thus it will not respond to ARP. So this will be my answer for question E. So moving on to step 3F, what information does the comment show? Sorry. What information does the comment show show MAC address table gives? So the information that MAC address table gives is, sorry. So the command show now let me just type it out. The command show MAC address table shows the information of each each Ethernet connection in a network. Connected to, sorry, the command show MAC address table shows the, you know what, represents give not give the information of each internet connection to the device of the command. The command show MAC address table gives the information of each Ethernet connection to the device using this command. The information given on each Ethernet connection includes the VLAN, the virtual LAN, the MAC address, of the Ethernet connection connecting, sorry, the origin of the Ethernet connection, or you can say the host actually, the host MAC address, the type of entry, and the port used. So that will be the answer for F, for step 3F. So I think that's all for part 2 lab 4. I'm going to move on to part 3 afterwards. Now I'm going to continue on doing lab 4 part 3. So in lab 4 part 3, I have to learn how to attach wireless lab results, and then in this part you will use lab4.pka file. So part 3 step 1, change the file name of lab 4. Step 1a, change the lab 4 file name to include your name. Example lab4 Ali Ahmad dot pkt. So I assume it's this file here. So I have to first change it according to that format. So lab4 and then my name, Chok Ong Jie. And then afterwards, step 1b, go through the instructions. As you complete the tasks, you will see the bottom right hand corner of the PKT file increase in completion percentage until you get 100 out of 100. So I have to click open this PKA file here and then wait a bit. Okay, since it's open, and this is the packet tracer activity I have to follow, and this is the workspace I have to work with. So let me just read part 3C. Once you have completed fully, capture the screen, which includes the file name, the topology, and the activity widget showing completion, and paste it here. Okay, so I have to move on to this packet tracer activity first. So in this packet tracer activity, I have to learn how to configure wireless LAN access, and this is the addressing table provided to me. So it contains every device in the topology, the interface used, the IP addresses, and the subnet masks, and the default gateways. And this is the objectives of the packet tracer activity. So for part 1, I have to configure a wireless router. For part 2, I have to configure a wireless client. And then part 3, I have to verify the connectivity of each PC here, I assume. So, okay, the provided scenario for the packet tracer activity is, in this activity, you will configure a wireless router allowing for a remote access from PCs as well as wireless connectivity with WPA2 security. You will manually configure PC wireless connectivity by entering the wireless router SSID and password. So part 1, configure a wireless router. So step 1, connect the internet interface of WRS2 to S1. So the instruction given is connect the WRS2 internet interface to the S1 F0/7 interface. So WRS2 is the router here, and then S1 is the switch here. So go to connections, and then afterwards, let me just select the copper straight through wire here. Click on the WRS2 router here, and then pick the internet interface, connect it to S1, and then pick the fast Ethernet 0/7 interface. So that will be that will do for step 1, and then I already done it correctly since the completion went up. So moving on to part 1, step 2, configure the internet connection type. So for step 2a, click on the WRS2 and then go to the GUI. So click on this thing, click on the router, I'm sorry, WRS2, and then go to GUI. Okay, this is what I have to work with. And then step 2b, set the internet connection type to static IP. So go to internet setup, go to internet connection type in this internet setup. Since by default is automatic configuration DHCP, and then set the type to static IP, and afterwards you bring up this this interface here. So step 2C, configure the IP addressing according to the addressing table. So since we are configuring for the router WRS2, so I have to follow everything here. So this here. So let me just see. So the IP, sorry. So the internet IP address is 172.168.8 and then 25. And then afterwards, the subnet mask is 255 given 255, 255, 0 and 0. So 255, 255, 255 and 0. And afterwards, the default gateway is 172.168.8 and then 1. Here by here. So afterwards, so now we're done with step 2. Oh, that's all for step 2. I'm moving on to step 3. So step 3, I have to configure the network setup. So step 3A, I have to scroll down to the network setup. Scroll down, network setup. And then for the router IP options, set the IP address to 172.174.40 and 1. 172.174.40 and 1. Okay, and then the subnet mask to 255, 255, 255 and 0. So I just have to pick it. So it's already picked for me by default 255, 255, 255 and dot 0. Yeah, it matches it. So moving on to step 3B, enable the DHCP server. So currently it's disabled. Let me just enable that. Then I don't think I have to configure anything here. So moving on to step 3C, scroll to the bottom of the page and click Save Settings. So this Save Settings, click on that. And then afterwards, moving on to step 4, since step 3 already done, there's nothing else to do in step 3, I just move on to step 4. And then I have to configure the wireless access and security. So step 4A, at the top of the window, click wireless. So wireless here. And then afterwards, I have to set the network mode to wireless and only. So this is the network mode to, it's currently mixed, wireless and only. And change the SSID to WRS underscore LAN. So SSID is here, so I have to change it to this name here. Let me just move it beside here. WRS underscore LAN. And then afterwards, what I need to do? So step 4B, disable the SSID broadcast and click Save Settings. I have to disable the SSID broadcast. It's here. And I have to disable it since it's currently enabled. And afterwards, I think it's go down the bottom and then click on Save Settings also, just like previous. So afterwards, click on the wireless security options. So let me just check it out. Just click Save Settings again. And then afterwards, go to the step 4C, click the wireless security option. Oh, it's under here. Click on this, click on wireless security. And afterwards, go to step 4D, change the security mode from disabled to WPA2 personal. So currently it's disabled, so I have to pick WPA2 personal. So if you bring up this interface here, so configure, so for step 4E, configure Cisco 123 as the passphrase. Test passphrase in the passphrase column here. So Cisco 123, Cisco 123 matches it. And then step 4F, scroll to the bottom of the page and click Save Settings. So scroll down here, Save Settings, and then Oh, that's all for part 1. Okay, it doesn't tell me to close this in this window, so I just have to move it to the back. So for part 2, I have to configure a wireless client. So part 2, step 1, configure a PC3 for wireless connectivity. So because SSID broadcast is disabled, you must manually configure PC3 with the correct SSID and passphrase to establish a connection with the router. So step 1A, click PC3, and then go to the desktop tab, and then afterwards go to the PC wireless option. So for step 1B, click the profile tab. Since it's here, the profile tab is here. And then afterwards, step 1C, click the new button. So I think it's this one. So pop up this window here, and afterwards, step 1D, then the new profile wireless access. So now we name it accordingly, wireless access. And then afterwards, go to step 1E. Sorry, clicking on OK. So go to step 1E. On the next screen, click Advanced Setup. And then manually enter the SSID of WRS_LAN on wireless network name. So I don't have to do anything here since by default it's infrastructure mode. So I just have to insert the name here. So WRS_LAN. So according to this, I have to enter this name here, WRS_LAN on the wireless network name. Yes. And then afterwards, click next. And then afterwards, go to step 1F. Go to step 1F. Choose obtain network settings automatically, DHCP as the network settings, and then click next. So since the network settings by default is already DHCP, it's here. It's here. So I just have to click next. So on the wireless security, choose WPA2 personal as the method of encryption and click next. So it's currently disabled. Let me just pick personal, WPA2 personal, then click next. Okay, and then moving on to step 1H, enter the passphrase Cisco123 and then click next. So Cisco, let's just retype it, Cisco123, and then click next. And then there's all my settings I already previously set up before. So this is what I set up. And the rest is by default or already automatically assigned for me. So moving on to step 1I, click save and then click connect to network. So click on save, click on connect to network, and then wait for a bit, I guess. It's connecting. Okay, now the interface has changed. So moving on to step 2, verify PC3 wireless connectivity and IP addressing configurations. So step 2A, the signal strength and link quality indicator should show that you have a strong signal. So the signal strength is full bus, the link quality is also full bus, so indicates that both of them have a strong signal. And then click on more information to see the details of the connection, including IP addressing information. So click on the more information, it will show the properties of the wireless network status. So this is what we just configured. This is also what we just configured. This is what we this is auto assigned to the PC3, and then default gateway also what we just configured, and everything other than that, everything else is automatically like assigned. So afterwards, step 2C, close the PC wireless configuration window. So I think it's just closing this window here, I assume, and return to this interface here. So I think that's all for step 2, and that's all for part 2 actually. So part 2 is done, and then moving on to part 3, verify connectivity. So all the PCs should have connectivity with one another. So in order to check this, I have to try to establish connection between PC3 and PC1 and PC3 and PC2 and then PC1 to PC2. So I'll go to, since I'm already in PC3, I'll just go to the command prompt, and under here I just have to type in the command ping and then find the IP address of PC1. This is the IP address of PC1. Copy this, paste it in, and wait for it to respond. So here we have two request times out and two. So 50% of the packet sent is lost. Let me just try that again. So PC3 is trying to connect to PC1. So okay, the second try works fine. So that's already proved that PC3 has connectivity with PC1. So now I'm gonna try PC3. I have to test the connectivity between PC3 and PC2. So I do the ping command again. But this time I have to like copy the IP address for PC2. So paste it in here. Enter. So PC3 is trying to connect to PC2. So this time there's only one request timeout. So let me just try that again. So that proves that PC3 have connectivity between PC1, and then PC3 also have connectivity with PC2. So now it's already, since I already proven PC3 has connectivity between with these two PCs, and now I just check the connectivity between PC1 and PC2. So we'll go to PC1, go to the desktop, go to the command prompt, and then ping. Now I have to ping the PC2. So this is the IP address of PC2. Enter. And afterwards, yep. So PC1 also has connectivity with PC2. So I think that's would be everything in the packet tracer activity. So let me just check back for the lab here. So once you have completed fully, capture the screen, which includes the file name, the topology, and the activity wizard showing completion, and then paste it here. So I assume, let me just click this check results first. Okay. So it will just bring me to this page here. Unfortunately, it also closes the other tool. So I think I have to close this also. I have to bring up this thing. Bring up this. So I have to screenshot this entire thing. So I screenshot the entire thing here. So I'm done. So I'm actually done with the packet tracer activity for this part. Since I already have 100% completion, 100 out of 100, as you can see here. So I just have to like screenshot the entire thing just to for the answer of part 3C. Excuse me. Let me just screenshot the entire thing now. And afterwards, let me paste it here for the answer of part 3 step 1C. And then format this for a moment. So I think that will be all for lab 4, since I'm already done with part 3C. And that will be the last one. Yeah, that will be the last exercise. Sorry, the last question. So I think I'm already done with lab 4. And thank you for watching me explaining on how to do lab 4. And thank you guys for listening.